ना यार, कसम से मजा आ गया।
What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp here. It's Fightful Wrestling. It's May 9th, 2022. Denise Salcedo and I giggling like little schoolgirls for no reason at all.
Yeah, no reason at
No
all.
reason at all.
No reason at all.
Leave a thumbs up on this video.
Sorry.
Subscribe. We got all kinds of great stuff coming for you this week. How about this? I got an interview with Braun Breaker dropping Tuesday. I know Denise just loves interviewing Braun Breaker. We're dropping ours. Stay tuned for the end of that, where he thought I was serious and thought that I really believed that Malcolm Bivens could beat up Rick Steiner. That was a good one. But I got Eddie Kingston this week as well, talking New Japan, talking AEW, talking about that kid that he says that he absolutely didn't run over in TNA Wrestling. That was interesting. And then I got MLW's Court Bauer this week as well. You can get early access to all those on Fightful Select Tier 2. I'll brag about Fightful Select later. Denise Salcedo, how you doing? I know how you're doing a little bit because we had a show today, Smack Talk Showdown, over on your channel.
Dude, we've just been doing a bunch of shows because yesterday you appeared on the watch along, and then immediately after that we did the Backlash post show, and then today we did the Smack Talk Showdown video, which was so much fun. We had Chris Van Vliet and Robbie Fox, who you didn't even know we're gonna be on the show, which was very exciting for me. And then afterwards, and then we're doing this show now.
We did as many shows together since yesterday as we did all of April.
I know.
I know.
And then I wasn't here last week, and there were some things that happened on Raw today, and I was like, mainly with the 24/7 title picture out, I didn't know what was happening. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, well, do I really care? Not really.
There's some stuff I liked. There was some stuff that looked promising to me. Then there's some stuff that I jinxed, Denise. Oh boy, but leave a thumbs up on this video. If you want your question or statement read on the air, donate super chats, donate humper chats. You can go to humperchats.com. If you want your question or statement read on the air, but maybe you listen on demand, you listen via our great audio platforms, which are available everywhere. You can go to humperchats.com and leave a question or statement before the show or during the show. Doesn't really matter. But this show brought to you by nordvpn.com/Fightful, athleticgreens.com/Fightful, and DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use that code Fightful. Denise, you weren't here last week. Did you miss Monday Night Raw?
Do you want an honest answer, or do you want
an answer?
Do you want an honest answer? Well, my honest answer is no. I was at NBC and I had a blast. I actually reconnected with some of my old friends from my old Hollywood red carpet days, and I had a good time there. It was just vibing, watching the show, doing some interviews. I felt like the old me, Sean, the pre-pandemic Denise Salcedo.
So if you subscribe to FightfulSelect.com, you would have seen the rundown of this early. You would have seen news of a return early. We got all kinds of news over at FightfulSelect.com. And not only that, we've got at least 7 weekly shows, and we're constantly throwing in more. We got Q&A shows. We've got exclusive backstage news shows. We got some exclusive interviews going up tomorrow ahead of Battle Slam Vendetta's live free stream on Fight that Steven Jensen did. And also, I'm doing figure hauls and card hauls over there. Trading cards have blown up lately, so I do at least one of those a week. But
the other day, Sean, I forgot what I was watching. It might have been wrestling, but I said, damn, who the hell buys trading cards? Who buys playing cards?
People do. I don't collect them. There are a couple of exceptions. I'm keeping the autographed cards that I see, and they make these cards that have for baseball, a piece of the bat or a piece of the ball, or in wrestling, a piece of the canvas. I like those. I think that's very cool. But other than that, I'm getting them just for content, and literally everything is for sale. So I have no idea how much this stuff is worth. I just know it's tax deductible and it's content. So There
I
we go.
guess. Yeah. So I didn't really realize that there was still a market for that. I knew
It-
back in the day there was,
it
but I
blew
didn't
up,
know about
yeah.
now.
It blew
Is
up
it
during the
retro?
pandemic. It blew up during the pandemic. Like, I guess a lot of people were at home. I had a guy that kept telling me, like, in 2020, he's like, get cards, get cards. I was like, oh, whatever. And he was right. He was absolutely right. They've blown up. So check those out, guys. I've got some baseball stuff, UFC stuff, NFL, wrestling, all kinds of cool stuff over there on FightfulSelect.com. And we've got dozens of episodes of Figure Hall with Jack's Bone Crunchers, AEW figures, ECW, San Francisco Toy Makers, Marvel, even some Funko Pops over there. So check that out. I don't really promote those an awful lot, but get those super chats, humper chats in. Let's talk WWE Raw. MILF and Cookies says, hey, Sean, not a wrestling chat. What did you think of Michael Chandler's KO from this weekend? Oh, my God. Denise, did you happen to see that knockout?
I saw the video. Because I was out, but I saw the video on Twitter.
So I was driving back from Under Siege. I had covered that show, and I drove straight to one of my friend's houses, and he's like, you got to see this. You got to see this, and pulls it up on his phone immediately. That was filthy. I don't think it was like the best knockout I've ever seen. Edson Barboza's spinning wheel kick is still my favorite knockout I've ever seen. But we got Jambeard saying, I don't know who should win, but I feel like I would like to see Money in the Bank men be Cody, Edge, Ciampa, Balor, Sammy, Gunther, Sheamus, Nakamura. Maybe have Cody win it. I disagree with having Cody win it, Denise, and here's why.
T20 match between
because
Mumbai
Cody
and
does need
Delhi.
to be in a couple
I'm
matches
Michael
that maybe
Slater,
he doesn't
and
win.
by my side,
and I think
it's
that's an
James
easy one.
Taylor.
And I think carrying around that
we're
briefcase
just about
is
ready
very
to get this one
Unless
underway.
you're Brock Lesnar,
Couldn't ask for a
you can
better
pull it
day
off.
for it. Not a
But
cloud
I
in
think it's
sight. The pitch
like,
is going to get a little bit
it's not
He
tougher.
doesn't
really.
really need
But
it.
with
I
the
think he's
weather
got
the way
more
it
of
is
like
at the
what can get him
moment,
to the
most
what can
captains
get
will
him to
back.
the title
Maybe a
picture
toss to
is
lose.
his actual
James. I've been
star
looking
power
forward to this
versus
match.
I got this
Should be a cracker.
briefcase that Otis once held, and here
now
I am
we go out
trying
to
to
the
cash
middle
it
for
in
the
to become
toss.
champion. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he should be the guy to win it. I would put him in something else instead.
Yeah.
Have his journey be different.
Interesting. Falab says, shout out Denise, because she's cool and keeps running every day.
The home captain wins the toss.
Ryan says, can
and
you
we'll have
confirm
a
what
bowl.
Meltzer said about Roman signing a new deal for less dates? If not, can you find out the rumor? The rumor is his contract expires next April. Nope. He is factored into WWE plans for the foreseeable future. We had reported on FightfulSelect.com that his comments on Saturday were about him not doing smaller live events. A lot of people look at Roman Reigns and they're like, well, he's wrestled 3 or 4 times on TV this year. He's wrestled over 30 times across dark matches and house shows and all that. He's on pace to wrestle over 100 times this year. And that's just based on the first 2 months we've been wrestling and an awful lot. What do you think of this?
Dude, immediately I thought he's not going to be leaving anytime soon. Like I'm like a month or 2 months that I know, right?
Yeah.
So when I saw that, immediately I just thought, damn, if he were to leave in 3 to 6 months, let's just throw a random month out there. If he were to leave that soon, hell, maybe even a
Here
year,
we go.
it would be something where I feel that WWE would be hurt by that tremendously because they don't got anybody else near the level of Roman Reigns at
Sure.
all. And so to not have, your stars, this kind of goes back to like, building new stars, building all those people up so that you can have, if Roman Reigns leaves, you have somebody that you don't necessarily feel like, everything's going downhill, that sort of thing. So that was my first thought. My first thought was, damn, that would suck for WWE, depending on the time frame and depending on where they are in terms of building stars. And then also, I thought Roman Reigns would absolutely kill it. And I don't know, Sean, how you feel about this, but I legitimately think that John Cena could have left a lot earlier and been, he didn't have to stay in WWE for as long as he did. He could have left earlier and made like his millions in Hollywood even faster. Yep. So I'm assuming that maybe Roman Reigns would not want to be in a situation where he's there for so long that maybe you pass up on a couple of millions from Hollywood.
So easy plug for FightfulSelect.com there. I talked about that on the Backstage Report podcast today. It's our exclusive news podcast. They expected him to get some offers once the Hobbs and Shaw thing happened. However, WWE is paying people some real big money now. They're not getting paid off the live event houses anymore. They're getting big downside guarantees and additional bonuses with that. It's a new era in stuff like that. But
then when you see, Sean, when you see people like Dave Bautista, John Cena,
Sure.
The Rock, and when you see that kind of success that they're having, how can you not want a little taste of that?
That is absolutely true. I will say, if I'm WWE, I have a lot more money to play with than I did when John Cena left, when Dave Bautista left, or when The Rock left, because WWE has never had more money than they have now, regardless of ratings or anything like that. Nerd Guru says, chat for Kate. We love her and hope she's okay. She's all right. She's taking some time off today. I talked to her earlier. She's wonderful. Actually, she told me to tell you guys that her well-being would be on tier 2 of FightfulSelect.com. So I appreciate her for that. Joel Wood says, one thing I've enjoyed about Raw recently is there seems to be less filler. Everything seems to have a purpose behind it, even if the purpose isn't a good one sometimes. So as I got the rundown and posted it on FightfulSelect.com, there were 10 matches scheduled for tonight, Denise. I was
10.
very happy about that. I looked at that rundown and I was like, damn.
Did we
there's a
get
lot-
10?
No, I think we got 8 or 9.
Okay.
But there was a lot less filler on this show. Now, I mean, you can say that you probably didn't care about plenty of what happened on the show, but it did seem like much less filler.
No, I actually thought today's show was pretty decent. I didn't think it was it wasn't half bad based on what they have actually put out. I thought it was pretty good. I thought I actually really enjoyed today's episode of Raw. There was a lot of new stuff too. And by new, I mean new for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Andrew says, don't feel bad. SRS DQs are very common in wrestling. How can you protect wrestlers if one gets pinned? It's the ultimate conundrum. Well, if you're serious, that's ridiculous. Just don't book the match. But if you're not, I get it. I said tonight, it's been 2 or 3 weeks since WWE's had a no contest or a DQ. They don't do that by accident. Hopefully it's a sign of things to change. Nope. We got 3 tonight, Denise. That is very annoying.
You think they heard you and they were like, no, Sean, no, we're going to do it today.
I mean,
they
it's
did it just to spite you.
It's possible because I can tell you that that they didn't have one of the finishes set as of yesterday. I had told you about that on the air, but Rob Wilkins
For the first ball.
Happy Tonsils Awareness Month. Some people have been made acutely aware. Brendan says they watched the Backlash post show and heard you mention the no
What
DQ
a delivery.
finishes. Oh,
You see, somebody else thought it too. I
oh,
wasn't the
man.
only one who thought it.
Well, let's talk about the opening segment. We got RK Bro and then the Street Profits. Oh, my
Mistimes
gosh.
that one.
The Street Profits promo I thought was very good. I thought Angelo Dawkins killed it here. And like they were pissed off that RK Bro did not mention them whatsoever when they got a match set up. RK Bro having a bit of a braggadocious time after they lost. I was like, okay, whatever. But then they had a killer match, as is tradition with these two. But this one was just amazing. RK Bro, like the decision to keep them together has been a great one.
I love the opening of Raw. I thought that they really, there was 2 things that I think they really nailed, especially because it was back to back. They did a really good job today at the top of the show of setting up a segment that wasn't so boring where everything gets drawn out. And then leading into a match that was actually good. We got 2 of that. We got a few of that today at the top of Raw. But with RK Bro, I mean, we can sit here and really talk about how, their pairing of RK Bro has honestly been really good. And it's now,
Another dot ball. Keeping it
the
quiet.
evolution, I guess you can say, of RK Bro has been a lot better. You have been seeing those changes. Somebody on Twitter mentioned to me how, Matt Riddle's his promos, they aren't so like airheady anymore. Before they were a little bit airheady to the point where sometimes I didn't really think that all the jokes were funny, and now they're kind of giving him lines where he kind of is a little bit more clever versus like, I'm Patrick from SpongeBob and this and that. Now he's actually coming up with some good stuff. So there was this whole like little interaction that to me really got over, and it was when Montez Ford was saying that they want the Raw Tag Team titles and they want the smoke, and then Matt Riddle was like, so you want the smoke? Let me tell you something. RK Bro 420 says we just smoked your ass. I loved it. Immediately popped for that. I really hope that they start marketing that. I mean, I don't know if they will. Would they, Sean, market something like that?
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
They
Which
even
is
said
off
it
the
on
mark.
the air.
Which is funny because when I broke that story about WWE they test for marijuana, but they just don't find people for it anymore, right? But I had one of the officials that I talked to, the higher up, said, well, we're not going to make like cannabis incense anytime soon. 3 days after I got that quote, they had an RK Bro 420 smoking
Swing and
Cobra
a
or
miss.
smoking Viper shirt that was like very
Oh,
heavily
they had it?
weed.
I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they certainly did. I mean, as they
Okay.
should. Why not? Good for them.
I mean, they
But-
should market it, and then when they come to California, they'll sell a bunch of those.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, they will sell a bunch of those.
Would have
but the
been a
match
certain
was
wicket up the other
unbelievably
end.
good.
Lucky
Not even
break for
unbelievably
the
good.
batsman.
RK Bro is incredible. Street Profits are incredible. They have been killing it. I'm ready to see some more tag teams. And how about this, Denise? I want to see RK Bro against Edge and
Just
Damian
called
Priest.
wide
I
there.
want to see RK Bro against AJ Styles and Finn Balor. I want to see those like so badly now. And we'll talk about that. I mean, hell, we can jump right into it now because it's the Judgment Day promo.
Nice
But we
shot.
got to talk
4
really
runs.
quickly about that finish, though, for that tag team match with Ford giving the frog splash and, well, almost finishing the entire thing, but getting found into an RKO by Matt Riddle. I loved it. I just want to say that match was really good, and the finish was great.
That was incredible.
This could be
I
out.
love it. When Riddle hits the RKO, it's like I'm not going to say it's better than Randy. It's just so different. It's his own RKO. He goes like heels to the ceiling when he does it. Randy is a little more like parallel and all that.
The
but,
new batsman
yeah,
will be
it's-
down at the
It's a good
non-striker's
time.
end.
I always like seeing that. Judgment Day promo. I posted a little teaser on Twitter, Denise, about like with Edge with short hair. Somebody messaged me today and they're like, Edge has the same haircut as Rhea.
They take a
What?
single.
No. They did.
They
did.
do.
And it
And-
looked good.
Damian Priest has the top portion the same, but
Yeah.
his like mullet from the back is a lot longer. So they all at least have the same part that's like pretty much
Perfect
the same
technique
from
and
the front.
placement.
I think
thought it
everybody
looked
noticed
good.
that very quickly.
Yeah, I thought it looked good though. I thought it looked a lot better than his last short hair that he had.
It makes his hair look a little bit more like it has more volume. It has more volume. The volume is there. You know when you cut your hair short, all of a sudden it gets like extra poofy.
Yeah.
That's a thing. Yeah.
I had a lot of people sending me The Rock. Somebody got a haircut clip today. I loved it. This promo was to introduce Rhea Ripley into Judgment Day. And she used that to say that was the reason she turned on Liv Morgan. How did you feel like she did in this promo? Which
That's
I thought,
racing
again,
to the
went
fence.
for that low-hanging fruit a little too much with the Edge stuff. Like, oh, you're all ugly.
Dude, Edge was wild in tonight. He was like telling everybody, you're ugly, you keyboard warriors, this town is... He was checking every single box in like your, heel heat 101. He was going off
And
all
that
crazy.
gets
But
to the
I will tell
boundary.
you this,
4
I
runs.
loved this. I loved everything. This was the first Edge promo in a while where I legitimately was paying attention. And even though he was out there just, basically doing, he wasn't saying anything different that we haven't heard, telling the people that they're ugly, but it was still funny. And then on top of that, in regards to Rhea
not
Ripley, that
able
was
to
one of the
connect.
things that I mentioned on yesterday's show was, her promo work hasn't necessarily been A++, right? We know that. But I think today she went in there, she got all her lines in. She didn't have any moment
Misread
of
that one.
hesitation,
Couldn't
any
get the
moment of
drive away.
stuttering. She said everything flawlessly. So I gotta say, I think Rhea looked very comfortable out there in this new role. I think this role probably, and I'm not speaking for her, but to me, it feels like she might feel a little bit more comfortable in this scenario and in this persona that she's now given to, basically, because you saw that in her delivery. I thought her delivery was perfectly fine.
Good shot.
And so that only screams to me that she's a little bit more comfortable. And I don't know, Sean, maybe it helps going out there cutting promos when you're there with other people and it's just not you by yourself staring at a camera, gotta say the words.
Yeah, I want Edge to help raise their promo ability, not like lower it to county fair level stuff. I thought Damian Priest did good tonight too, but we had Liv Morgan come out and
Bless her heart.
bless her heart, came out and was like, I don't give a heck about Judgment Day, whatever.
The batsman
And
didn't know where
I
that was going.
fearful that this would go like 2 minutes. But Kai says the best things come in threes. Very clever. Nerd Drew says, I thought for sure we'd get Bull Live Club. No, they were in no rush to help her.
That was
But
savage.
That was very savage. But I thought the in-ring match that Liv and Rhea had, it went about 6 minutes. I'm okay with them having a 6-minute match. Some fights last 6 minutes. I just didn't want it to get like the 2-minute thing after they had a run. They were competing at
the post bowler is
WrestleMania
coming into
together
the
and all
attack
that stuff.
from the south end.
All right, so I would have completely rewired this totally differently, and I'll tell you why. I don't like that we got Rhea versus Liv Morgan today, and I'm going to say why. So during this promo, Rhea Ripley addresses Liv Morgan. And so they go out there and they have this match, and it's essentially, you know, Liv Morgan gets a couple of spots in there. She gets a couple of kicks, hits it into Gary. That's pretty much all that I recall her doing in this match. Other than that, it was Rhea Ripley literally just beating the crap out of her. So this match was to make Rhea Ripley look good because, you know, she's part now of Judgment Day and this and that. She's got the new look and this and that. But here's the thing. Why completely lower Liv Morgan to such a tier below Rhea Ripley when instead they could have had Rhea Ripley, you know, beat some another girl that's maybe they could have brought in a jobber, they could have brought in an enhancement talent, they could have brought in somebody that was a couple tiers down. That way they can actually take time to build up to Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, where Liv Morgan still feels credible enough to face Rhea Ripley. And I don't think they should have done this match today because Liv Morgan earned her stripes. She earned her stripes in that feud with Becky Lynch. And so given the fact that she's gone toe-to-toe with Becky Lynch, it made her credible to head into a better suited feud between her and Rhea Ripley. I think they could have not had the match here tonight.
Yeah, you know, I think they could have, well, as I was saying, they could have had the match last night. They could have just had the match last night before she joined Judgment Day, but I do think it made sense to have it after she joined Judgment Day as well.
I wonder if the captain will stick with him.
3 more fielders can be moved outside the circle.
There was the beatdown afterwards.
What were they? I feel so bad for Liv Morgan because first of all, nobody came to her aid, and I thought, okay, this is just how this thing is gonna end. But then when Finn Balor comes out, I'm like, really? They're already done beating her up, and so I'm thinking like maybe he's gonna do a late run-in. I don't know. No, he comes out chilling like he's at a day at the park. Music. Walking, doesn't even care that this poor innocent girl was just practically 3-on-1 there. Like, this was terrible. I felt so bad for Liv.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, we got the energy of Jeff Hardy saving Matt Hardy here as AJ
tries to drive
that. This one was worse, though. This one was worse.
This one was worse. Bad.
Rhea was literally beating the crap out of her, and she was there with 2 guys who, if let's say Liv Morgan just happened to get one in on Rhea Ripley, those 2 guys were there. This was essentially a 3-on-1 attack, even though it was just one person essentially being physical with her, and nobody cared to do anything. He could have hit his music, and it could have caused a distraction. They could have been like, oh, the ball's coming out. Stop the attack.
Huge
no, they didn't do that. It was sad. It's like if Liv didn't matter. That's
a helpful knock and an equally helpful wicket.
He had no urgency to help whatsoever. None. It was comical though. It was at least a little funny.
Sad.
It was sad.
We'll be down at the non-strikers end.
I did. Sorry, Liv. I thought it was funny. So this leads to the Finn Balor Damian Priest match.
Precision, just a great shot.
We got it. We got our DQ. Edge runs in, stops it. We've seen this match reach its culmination before. Of the DQs tonight, I was like, all right, they're leading to Bullet Club versus Judgment Day, so
one run there.
I get it. There is a reason for this.
He's getting ready to face the next ball.
If you're real creative, you think of a way to do this without doing a DQ, or you book something that doesn't make you have to just waste a few minutes in the ring.
Mistimes that one.
Not one of the worst DQs I've ever seen, but still, I don't need it. I don't need a DQ. You can think of something else. How'd you feel?
I'm kind of with you in the sense
nice
that
shot.
because you know where it's leading, you tolerate a little bit more. But I will tell you that I just wasn't interested in this match necessarily because we've seen it before a couple of times. And so I didn't really care for what I was seeing because again, I've seen it and I didn't feel like they did anything different during this match that I hadn't already seen.
Yeah. So this match ends, and they're very clearly building to this Bullet Club Judgment Day thing. Bullet Club 7.0. RH says, will Denise now admit that Rio was right about Nikki?
And this will be a free hit.
Dude, they were both messed up. I'm sorry, but they both got issues.
They do. They both have their problems. Sean Garner says, is Liv Morgan joining Bullet Club?
Right off the middle.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me to see a
I wouldn't after today, Sean.
Yeah, that's true.
You can
That's
have her
true.
back. What does she have going for her there?
She's going to start her own goth stable at this point.
Dude, come on, think about it. Like, what? Like, you guys gonna help me out? You could have had my back and you didn't. Why would I want to be part of your stable?
Jesus Christ. So, Shane Haas says, Sean, any chance in the future you see WWE putting Cody with AJ and Finn win, or if
the batsman in a way lucky not to connect?
Yeah, I mean, Cody has
that and could easily have found the edge.
Background as well. That Bullet Club background. So yeah, I think they could end up doing that. Like, sure, why not? Yep.
I'm just so happy for AJ and Finn. This finally feels like a positive direction.
And they get a single there.
You know, we talked about the fact that I feel like they're not. With Finn Balor, it's been really down the shitter the last couple of months for him.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. It's been really bad. For AJ Styles, it just hasn't been at a phenomenal level per se, but they just need to include them in bigger storylines for AJ Styles and just give something that's decent for Finn Balor at this point.
We've got some more super chats, humper chats. Get them in, my friends. Jane Beard says, today at work I showed a buddy who is a non-wrestling fan a video of Denise trying to find out what a step host was.
No.
And he died laughing.
No.
Oh,
so, Sean, I have a question.
Okay.
If you are, let's say somebody that doesn't know you, right? Like somebody doesn't know you, and they find
Just
out,
a
like,
lack of
you're a wrestling
concentration
fan,
there.
and they're a wrestling fan. Do you tell people, like, what you do for a living, or do you just kind of chill, you know?
No, never.
I had something similar like
That's
that
some
happen
good
to me
bowling.
at the gym
End of
today.
the over.
Well, I walked in, and the guy that knows me already, because I always check in, he goes like, oh, Denise is back. And I was like, oh, hey. And I was wearing my NWO shirt to work out, but I had it zipped up because I had a sweater. And he's like, oh, you're a wrestling? He's like, you're a WWE fan?
members of the NWO now.
He was like, you're a WWE fan.
A
And I
fine
was
50
like,
scored here.
I was like, damn it, this is embarrassing. I looked up and I was like, yeah. He's like, yo. He's like, hey, you know WrestleMania's coming next year. He's like, I'm trying to save my money. And I was like, wow, people actually know WrestleMania's coming next year.
That's
I
a
didn't
good
tell him
boundary.
like what my job was or anything because I was too embarrassed.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't
not
know
embarrassed
that
of my
deep.
job because I'm.
No,
really-
I'm not embarrassed of my job, but it's a little. I sound a little geeky.
I mean, like, sometimes there will be people that will, like.
Great fielding. That's a boundary
Okay,
save.
so this one was wild.
He'd
I
have
had
been
a
a
bed
hero if it
delivered
hit,
to
but
my
instead, he cost the team
and
four.
I opened the door and he goes, "Hey, you're the guy." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "The wrestling guy." And I was like, "That's weird." He goes, "Man, that guy with the face paint is crazy." And
Hit
I was
that
like, "Who's he
hard
talking
and
about?"
fast.
And then I realized he was talking about Danhausen.
Oh my God, because you look like Danhausen,
No,
Sean.
he was talking no. Because
Well,
I've done
I
like
think you look
10
like Danhausen if
I
you were to
don't.
put the face paint on.
Because I've done like 10 interviews with Danhausen, but he said, "Hey, it's you. You're the wrestling guy," because he didn't know my name. He had just seen me standing next to some wrestlers at some point. specifically Danhausen.
Sean, I'm sorry, but if you were to put the face paint on like Danhausen, honestly, it would take me a second to see which one was the real Danhausen and which one was not the real Danhausen. There was a picture of Danhausen that popped up on my freaking Twitter, and I legitimately for a second was like, is that Sean in makeup?
The left arm
medium
Danhausen
has pictures of him
from the north
without the face paint on as his
I'm
pin.
saying with the face paint though.
He looks more like Frank the Clown without the paint than me.
I'm saying with the face paint. If you both had the same face paint on at the exact same time and you told me which one's the real Danhausen, I'd be like, it'd take me a second.
JWR says, just watch Doctor Strange 2. Now I get to listen to you two talk about Raw. It's better this way. Hollywood Denise. Shoosh. Gorilla Press says, get your SRS merch online at Fightful. You can. Shop.fightful.com. But you know what? That's not all we can tell you to get. You can get that wonderful athletic green.
Can't hit it more sweetly than that.
Over at athleticgreens.com/fightful.
That moves the pair onto 50.
It's difficult to maintain effective nutritional habits and give your bodies the nutrients it needs to thrive. You hear Denise talking about going to the gym. You know what? You want that natural energy? Athletic Greens 1 scoop of AG1 has 75 vitamins, minerals,
Swing and a
whole
miss.
food sourced ingredients, including a multivitamin, multimineral, probiotic, green superfood blend, and more in one convenient daily serving. A special blend of high-quality, bioavailable ingredients and a scoop of AG1 work together to fill those nutritional gaps in your diet. Not just
Swing
that,
and a miss.
it helps you with energy, focus, gut health, digestion, and a healthy immune system. It replaces all those products and pills with one healthy drink. You take 1 scoop a day, and you're good to go. You want to drink your multivitamin. It absorbs so much better. And the good thing about athleticgreens.com/fightful,
8 off it.
They have changed their formula 53
this ball
times over the
really
last
can
decade.
get these spinning a
Almost
long way.
once every
Let's
couple
see
of
how
months.
they
They're
go.
changing this to make it better for you, to work better. And athleticgreens.com/fightful gives you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase at athleticgreens.com/fightful. I take this stuff on the road with me. I'm going to have my travel packs nonstop between June and July. It's going to be a very, very busy summer for Fightful, and athleticgreens.com/fightful.
And they get through for one.
Will be there with us. Check them out, my friends. Hit them up at Athletic Greens on Twitter.
I measured my arms. I have 11-inch pythons.
Wow.
I'm working on my arms now, so.
How big do you want them to be?
No, I don't want them big. I want them to shrink. I want to have like shrink my arms.
No getting past that fielder.
Basically.
Yeah, like I don't want muscles. Like it's not for me. I don't want muscle. I want like a very, I want a little skinny arm like this.
Wow.
I can't do it. Like I just can't.
Okay.
But I measured them. 11-inch
super
pythons.
shot.
Sky Cinch says Alley Cat said that 420 line when Bussy teamed with Grim Reaper on GCW recently. I love Grim Reaper. I am Lucha says about 30 minutes behind, had to pop in and show amor to LA Fightful Familia. SRS to Español este más o menos mi hermano. Saludos a Hollywood Salcedo.
I can't.
I did great, didn't I? Didn't I?
I don't know what it is. You sound like, I don't know, you sound like if you would have learned to speak Spanish in Kentucky in some like random barnyard. Like,
Well, Denise, it's because I learned to speak Spanish in Kentucky in a random barnyard. That's why.
Yeah,
Well fielded.
that's exactly
really
what I
good
feel
work
like
out there.
in regards to
That's
that.
what. That's
Hey,
where.
remember when you said you were on that farmer's class?
Farmer's class.
Remember you had that farming class where they teach you how to be a farmer?
Oh yeah. FFA, intro to agriculture. Yeah, Future Farmers of
I was
America.
wondering about that. They actually took you out to the farm. Did you like work any tractors and stuff like that?
Well and truly
No,
beaten
nothing
by
like
the
that.
bowler.
It's a program. I mean, I don't know if it's in urban areas too, but they have it out here. It's big out here because it's a rural area. But they'll teach you like different aspects of agriculture, like
No ball.
You don't
Just
milk cows or
overstepping the line
anything?
there.
Plays and misses.
there are elements of it where you probably end up doing that. Yeah, I didn't make it that far. I was in it for like 2 years or 2 semesters, I think, maybe. So I never got
Okay.
that far. You had to learn like the terminology, like
I pictured you outside in some little overalls, getting
Precision with
corn,
a throw back from the
and
deep.
like going out there and milking the cow.
It wasn't for me. I'm not like, I mean, I guess I just did it to do it, just to learn about it. But no, you learn like the terminology and all that stuff, like the different kind of cows and all that, which I can't remember anymore. But
There's different kinds of cows.
yeah, like heifers, Holsteins, Charolais, stuff like that. Yeah. And you know what comes from cows, Denise?
What?
Leather.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought
Leather.
you were gonna say milk.
This should be close.
They get home
I love the
safely.
cow
The
buns.
throw going to the wrong end there. Into
God.
the over. 6
We're not
off it.
going to hate the leather. We're going to make it.
Jesus.
Amazing. Danny says, I have a question. WWE has too many rematches. It's annoying. If someone like MJF or somebody from AEW goes to WWE, do you think they would demand to have fewer matches or rematches at least? I doubt it, because we're about to get Cody
picks
versus
that
Seth
one
Rollins
nicely.
3.
Good shot.
So I highly doubt it. But Cody's program has been a lot better. It's been a lot more satisfying creatively.
Yes.
Jambeard says, okay, great. Now I got Denise looking at Sean and Danhausen at the same time, like the meme
Takes
of
the
Krusty
single.
and Homer dressed as Krusty the Clown in my head. Hey, Danhausen's going to be in Lexington this September. I'm hopefully going to talk to him. Hopefully going to Jesus
sweet.
golf with him. That would be cool.
You're still doing that?
Oh, yeah. They run wrestling at Jesus Golf now.
One
Oh my
run there.
God.
Tatanka was there.
Oh my God.
Tatanka and Cameron and Lady Frost. Alex Zane was there. Cowboy James Storm was there.
This feels like another universe to me. I could never. Hey, when am I going to get
Sorry,
my
don't
invite?
get
your
one there.
damn rapture. What?
When am I going to get my invite to Kentucky, Sean?
You can come to Kentucky whenever you want.
I'm just going to pop in. I'm going to be like, hey guys, what's up?
Right there.
You gonna talk like that the whole time? We're not eating leather.
No, because then people are going to be like, who's that Mexican girl? We don't like her.
I mean,
I don't know. Is it safe for me?
look, there's a huge Mexican population. Here.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure. I don't want to pop in and be like, oops,
Yeah.
I got to go.
My gosh. Alex says, what are your guys' predictions for Money in the Bank winners this year? I'd say KO for men and Bailey for the women. I think Bailey for the women works really, really well.
Yep.
And for the men, I think they need to go with a heel there.
Are we
Who do
talking
you
about
think?
Money in the Bank predictions?
Yeah.
Well, is Bailey going to be back by then?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, because they've already had Asuka win it. I feel like she could be somebody there. If it was Bailey, I think Bailey, this would be the perfect way to get Bailey back
Another
into,
run added
the
to the
groove of
score.
things. As for the guys, I legitimately don't know who I would give it to.
Interesting. I don't want it to be Cody. I think a
Seth
good
Rollins?
that actually might be good. After he loses all these matches against Cody, he can win a qualifier or just get thrown into the match because it's WWE, and that's how he cuts the line. And then Cody's like in line for a title shot after that. But Seth's like, I'm just gonna mess with you. I'm gonna cash in just like I did at WrestleMania and screw you over.
No.
I think that's some good
I know
stuff.
who it's going to be. You're not going to like it.
Tatanka.
No, it's going to be Omaz.
Oh no.
I can see him doing it. What else is he going to do?
Not this. Not like this.
Yeah,
Not
they're
like
probably going
this.
to do the whole, like, he's so tall, he don't even need a ladder type of deal.
Chuck Vick says, enjoyed Raw for the most part. Sean doesn't look like Danhausen without makeup. He looks like Sullivan Bo Brown with a haircut. Have a good one.
Okay, you don't look like Danhausen if you were to put the makeup on.
That's out the middle of the bat.
Trust me.
Bob says, Denise, did you know Tatanka means buffalo? I did.
No, I didn't actually.
The right arm pace
Yeah, I
ball
learned
is
two
coming
things right
into
now in
the
like the
attack
span
from
of
the
20
south
minutes.
end.
There's different types of cows, and now I know that. It's great.
David Jackson says, hey, SRS and Denise, it's my birthday soon.
Yes.
Want to get this in before you all end the stream. Thanks for everything you
The
all
ball
do.
has got away
My
with one there.
75
Seemed
hard is
well
over,
wide
but I
to
say
me.
365 hard with Blue Chew. Buddy, were you on the Fightful Twitter account yesterday? What is going on with you? But happy birthday, my friend. We appreciate you, and we hope you have a good birthday. It's now 10 minutes away, but happy birthday. We hope you have a good one.
Happy birthday, fellow Taurus.
Straight Edge said, did you guys think Bullet Club Judgment Day is inside Hell in a Cell? I think that would be good. I would love to see them have that tag match.
And 3 for 1.
Hey, Sean, speaking of birthdays, next week, this post show needs to be my birthday post show.
Okay, we'll do that.
Just throwing it out there.
When's your birthday?
You don't know my birthday?
I mean, it's May 18th. Sure.
Yeah, because you checked my Twitter account. Thanks.
Between then and now? We're not
What?
eating leather, Denise.
I'm just saying, can we come in like in party hats or something?
Yep. Yeah, for sure. We'll throw a party. Next week is a party show.
Nice shot.
For Denise.
Right out of the meat of the bat.
So everybody come dressed in your finest clothes and your party hats.
Exactly.
Ryan Martin says this is the Judgment Day appreciation post. Post. I love this faction. Seeing Rhea and Damian standing side by side with Edge on that stage tonight, they look so badass as a unit, and I love every second of it. I mean, the promos aren't hitting for me, but they're hitting for me. I
Reasonably
love
good over there.
These three together, and I think it can be very special. And I think it will be. A lot more special than the VIP lounge with Omos. But Cedric Alexander popping up is good. He's that guy. He won't let the Hurt Business go. He will not let it go. And he's like, new Hurt Business. Let's go, man. Me and Omos. Let's do the damn thing.
Poor guy.
Yep.
Poor guy.
I thought this made sense. Like, to the bitter end, he was trying to make Hurt Business a thing. Bobby Lashley comes up there and beats that ass. And he's like, no. I'm going to do this. I'm going to prove it to MVP and Omos, even though they want nothing to do with him. I like this. I mean, his career height was Hurt Business. So why would he not try to attach himself to it?
I get you. I just don't care that I feel like they've done it too many times where they like plug him into this picture, plug him out, plug him in, plug him out. I'm sorry. Like, I have zero interest in everything that they're doing right now with Omos, Bobby Lashley, everything. Everything surrounding this. I don't care if they put Cedric in or take him out. It makes no difference.
Gambeard says Denise's birthday cake needs to be a leather belt.
Have some leather.
Great fielding. That's a boundary saved.
Oh, geez.
Man, I'm so hungry from my diet, I'd probably eat the leather.
Michael Branson says Michael Branson says just watch yesterday's show and step post.
Super
Why?
fielding there. Run
What did I do
safe
yesterday?
for
I
sure.
don't even remember.
The
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
oh man. So Lashley versus Omos in a steel cage next week.
Do you care?
Okay, listen. Lashley has
Good
one of the
shot.
coolest cage match moments ever.
Okay.
And that was the Umaga spot. You know what I'm talking about?
I recall.
Umaga was standing on the outside, and Lashley just jumps into the cage, and it knocks the cage thing down. That was like 15 years ago.
Tries to drive
He ain't
that,
the same
but
Lashley.
missed
He's still
times.
very good, but I don't want to see him carrying Omos in there. I just don't think it'll be good. I think it'll be reminiscent of like a 1990 WWF steel cage match.
I hope that the only way I'm gonna be interested in this is no, I'm not. I can't even think of anything. They're gonna have to really make it worth my time.
Oh man.
I didn't even write down notes for that segment. I really wrote down notes for everything except that.
Confident appeal.
Veer won a squash match. The guy looked like Wardlow.
That was well worth asking the question.
What did you think about this? Because here's what I thought about it.
Mumbai.
The same thing I
A
thought
game
about
to see
last
if this
week, and the
review
week
can
before
break
that,
this
and the week before
partnership
that,
up.
and the week before that. It's the same shit.
Exactly. That's why I made a joke. Look, Sean. By the way, am I gonna have like a social media meeting? Denise, behave well
Bit of
on social
noise.
media.
Nah, I don't give a shit what you do on social media. I really don't. I don't care. I don't
Put
care
me
what
on
our
blast.
as long as the people that work with us aren't posting something that is hurtful, unless somebody said something horrible to them first, because I'll absolutely dunk on people that say shit to me first. But I don't care what you post. I don't care.
Okay, so I can keep posting my bad jokes. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I
Absolutely.
was afraid. I was like, oh my God, I got in trouble. I got called
No.
out here on on Twitter for misrepresenting the company as non-professional.
Absolutely.
The edge was there and taken. The decision is overturned.
Anybody who's going to dislike us or you has already chosen that before you posted a tweet like that.
That's true. My joke was funny, though. It was a good joke.
It was very funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
Michael
I think
Keys,
that Twitter is definitely worth
the new batsmen make their way to the
it's
middle.
a good one.
Been
Michael
a long
Keys
way
thanks.
for them.
It's a good
They'll
one.
be
Thanks.
rearing to go.
Way to go and like, wow. No, read
Michael
this
Keys
chat.
says, been working a lot lately, so I've missed streams. Hope you guys are well. If not, I hope someone rubs your thighs. I hear that's a thing now. Bonk. I might
the mark
tell
there.
that
Good
full
shot.
story on Less Than Your Boy this week. Like maybe once Jimmy was told how it went down, he was concerned at first, but then he heard what happened.
Chrissy is the key. You miss, and it'll
So
smash
maybe I'll
into the
tell him
stumps.
on
What a
Less Than Your
ball.
Boy this week.
They're confident in this one.
MDRA says, sorry if I missed this, but they say the title stays unified. Winning the bank winner goes to Mania. What does that mean for the Rebel winner? I think that's just a misspeak. I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit more. I don't think that it has any bearing at all.
It'd be weird. It'd be weird.
The new batsman will be down at the non-strikers
Why
end.
the hell are these Lacey videos on Raw? So
The
we
batsman
haven't heard you
played
talk
all
about
around
them
it.
yet here
What a
because
ball.
we've got them on SmackDown. And on SmackDown, it seemed like they were trying to make her go heel with it because they're like, oh, give her the proper respect. Raphael
Oh,
says, sitting in
no.
the super
He's
chat
put that down.
to say the Lacey promo is absolute caca de perro. Caca!
Roll your R, Sean.
Whatever.
So the new batsman
This-
is at the crease.
Okay, the first week I listened to it, I go, you know what? That's good. That's emotional. I don't need it 5 weeks. And this time they're
That's
like,
just wide.
hey guys,
Harsh call, I
just so
think.
you all know, Lacey's father's abused her. Here are several pictures of him, the guy that abused her. By the way, he's dead. So, what the hell?
Okay,
They'll
so
get
there
one
was
there.
a couple of them that I thought were good. I was like, okay, this is inspiring. She's been through a lot of hell, and she's been through hell and back, right? You can't, like, when you hear somebody tell a story like that, like, you can't root against them, okay? And then, like you mentioned, this past week on Friday, they made it a very heel thing by saying, by having the ring announcer say that Lacey Evans wants you to cheer for her and show her the proper respect. So that basically told me, like, hey, maybe she's not supposed to be the babyface
And
that
2
we
runs
thought she
added
was
to the
going to be,
scoreboard.
right? Because it was, for the most part, like, babyface stuff. You know, she's talking about her hard life, etc. And so kind of seeing the fact that they went this direction in terms of, like, the introduction, it makes me wonder what's really going down with Lacey Evans. And then when she popped up
End of
today,
the over.
I
7
went
off
to
it.
the website and I thought, man, I review this show every week. Is she all of a sudden in Raw? Did I miss some news? I thought I missed something where, like, somebody was just, like, randomly swapped into another brand or something. And nope, it still says
No ball.
SmackDown.
Just
and I
overstepping the
don't know
line
why
there.
we're getting these on Raw, but I
Great
don't feel like we
shot.
should be getting
4
them on
runs.
both shows.
Free hit. A lot of players will miss out
It's-
on runs trying to slog.
It's very strange if they're like, here's a survivor of abuse. You should boo her. Shit,
That's what I'm
man.
saying. You can't
That
do
one
that.
missed everything.
But they
and
haven't
then
come
some.
out. And they had that weird thing with, what's her name? Samantha Irvine or whatever?
Irvin, yeah.
It is truly amazing what Lacey has overcome. It was so awkward on SmackDown. They're like, she wants you to make sure that you show her the proper respect, so please stand. And people did it!
Well, Sean, you can't do that. Okay,
Listen,
I get it. If they would have done, you know, 1 week of
Superb
this, 2
shot.
weeks of this, I
Goes
think it would have been
all
fine.
the
Like, I
way
get
and
it. They're trying to
gets 6.
transform her character. I was not against this. But once they kept doing it so much, that's when they went too far.
God,
I can't boo her.
this is getting iffy. This is getting real
But
iffy.
now, I think the problem is, and I feel like the way that I want to say it, it's like, it's almost like they're parading her misfortunes. You know? They're parading them.
Speaking of misfortunes, the 24/7 situation with the divorce. Akira Tozawa does not want a divorce, and he just takes off with the papers. And now that's the gimmick. He doesn't want a divorce to happen. with Reggie and Dana.
I didn't even pay attention to this.
I
I'm
think
done.
it could
I'm
lead.
boycotting the 24/7 title picture. I'm done,
Sean.
Nice throw back there. Good fielding.
No, I'm done. I'm done after that wedding. I told you. Look it. Hey, didn't I make that?
Listen, no, Rob Wilkins. But listen, Denise. I'm going to give you a secret. The reason that looks like Danhausen is because that's Danhausen's face.
Mistimes that one.
So that's why it looks like...
No, I made one. I made a version of my own. I recall
Guys,
this.
Please leave a thumbs up. Get your super chats, your humper chats in. We still got plenty to talk about on this show. Alex Diaz says, Sean once Denise goes off to Hollywood like Roman, will you redo her contract, work for fewer dates, and these Raw post shows? When she goes off to Hollywood, she barely is on the post-pay-per-view shows anymore. She wasn't on post-Raw last week.
So, Sean?
No!
She just got a raise.
The batsmen were playing all their shots in the over. Really
I don't want to
expensive.
tell you. I might as well tell you on the air because I know you won't yell at me in front of everybody.
Wait. When do I yell at you ever? Never.
You're a little scary. Just kidding. I don't want people to believe that. No, but I'm like, I feel a little bit more comfortable telling you on the air that there's 2 days that I'm not going to be here. And I didn't want to tell you because the day that I found out was the same day you gave me my raise. And I didn't want to tell you I was going to be missing 2 days on the same day that I got my raise. But now that a few days have gone by, I can tell you that there's going to be 2 shows that I'm not going to be here on.
What are those?
The day after Forbidden Door. And for Raw, because I'm going to be on a plane because that was the cheapest flight I can get. So I legitimately have a real reason. And then I won't be here for Thanksgiving Survivor Series because I'm going on vacation. That's it. I literally got a message that was like, do you want to go on vacation or do you want to watch Survivor Series? I kid you not. And I said, I want to go on vacation.
Part-time in Denise. Pile driver finisher says, how many more, Denise? You're over the limit. And that was before everything. Sonya Deville is backstage. Adam Pearce has her booked in a match. She's like, who am I facing? Who am I facing? It doesn't matter who I'm facing. Adam Pearce is like, all right. Well, it's Alexa Bliss.
Oh, superb timing.
By FightfulSelect.com.
Good
this
innings,
evening.
setting a strong target. This should be an exciting run.
3 months ago now, after Elimination Chamber, because they didn't have anything creative for her. They brought her back. They got her theme song back.
Both teams will think they're in with a shot here. Will be a thrilling chase.
A lot more. She's got Lily because they sell those dolls a lot. So why are they getting rid of it? And Alexa Bliss squashed Sonya, which she should have, because Sonya,
good shot.
Quite literally, her gimmick is that she's a jobber. That's it. She's a jobber, and that's okay because she's got to have some sort of motivation, some sort of turning point. I got no problem with Alexa Bliss jobbing her out.
Well-directed throw.
Denise. What do you think, of Alexa being back and the decision for the quick win?
So I think the quick win was definitely the way to go. I feel like the way that they have been portraying Sonya as a competitor, it's not the same way that she was being portrayed before that SummerSlam match. Like lately she's been kind of portrayed as somebody that, you know, she hasn't been wrestling, she's a little rusty, etc. She just cares too much about the power and the role. So I did think that the quick victory was perfectly fine. I liked how afterwards Sonya was like having a meltdown because not only did she lose, but she also got fired, right? Like she got fired. So I liked that. I thought that was all good. I was very happy to see Alexa Bliss back. I'm thinking that she's just gonna come out and have the doll, but I don't think she's gonna be doing any more of that like magic type of stuff. I think she'll just come out and be like that girl with the doll. Because they have masks too of Lily too. When I went to Axis, they had a whole Lily section. Yeah. I kid you not, a whole Lily section. It was there.
That makes sense.
9 runs added there.
Gorilla Press says, Alexa Bliss is returned. What's up, Sean? What's up, Denise? Good to see you too. A shame that ending was lackluster, but Alexa's back and Sonya, a full-time sports entertainer again. Hashtag FTF.
Power and precision
Sonya
in that shot.
gets fired as an official. I think it was time, because if she had really done all that stuff, she would have been fired. There was no reason to keep her on there. I would like to see some female influence in the authority position because I liked that balance that they had with Sonya Deville. I don't think it should just be Adam Pearce.
And they get a single
I think it's time for Sonya to do this, and you can use this as the catalyst, as now she can focus on just being a superstar, and now she's a more formidable opponent.
Who would they have in that female spot? Would they bring back Paige?
Paige, I think, would be great. I mean, Paige's deal was originally up fairly soon, but I think she would be great. I think there's a lot of people they could kind of bring in. I mean, they could bring in somebody from the past. Like, there's plenty of people that they could bring in and do something like that. But, I mean, Adam Pearce.
There's someone on NXT, and I forget her name. Sorry, she's one of the new girls, and her character, she's going to be in the NXT Breakout Tournament. Her character is literally that she was, like, in the corporate world. Oh, my gosh, I'm forgetting her name. But that would be, like, if they were just going to plug somebody in to do something like that, I don't know.
I do feel like they should use somebody who is like kind of established
all over the park.
But I mean, like the reason they have Adam Pearce doing it is because he's a producer. I don't think Molly Holly fits in that role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's a little too nice.
They would have to protect her. None of this goofy stuff. If she was gonna come out and do like a very like if her gimmick was she's literally the fair one, then yeah, it would work. But if not, it's not gonna work.
Great work.
Maybe Drew Gulak could settle into that role too.
And takes a good catch in the
a lot of mic stuff, but they had him wrestle this week as well. I just hope they add somebody. I think that would be really good. My God, Wade Barrett would be really good for that too, like because he's doing the commentary on NXT. But you never know, I guess. That would be kind of fun. But let us know what you guys think. Send us some super chats. Send us some bumper chats.
On strikers in.
Kevin Owens is backstage with Alpha Academy. And Gable called in his favors from like DNA labs and stuff to get results.
Great shot, driven
Ezekiel.
straight down the wicket.
And Kevin Owens is so happy about it. But he says that he's got his brother Ken Owens to take on Ezekiel tonight. Ken Owens comes out, and it's very clearly Kevin Owens with a terrible wig, and he has painted his beard gray. And he's talking to Ezekiel, and Ezekiel is pretending like he believes that it's Ken Owens. To the point to where Kevin Owens reveals himself. Ezekiel acts shocked. He goes, "You're Kevin?" Like that.
They take 3.
Denise, I love this shit.
Ready to face their first
I think this is high comedy. Ezekiel acting shocked at Ken Owens. I'm here for it all day. I do not give a damn.
Great
it's
way
so
to start
stupid, but it's the right kind of stupid. I didn't know Elias could pull off the comedy stuff like that. Well, it's not Elias, it's Ezekiel. Sorry.
I didn't know that either, but I think this only is working because it's Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is really good at this type of stuff. He's like Sami Zayn. They both have that thing, that personality portion of themselves that they could be in these comedic situations and not have it look like terrible for them. Like they ain't coming off like the 24/7 title picture, okay? It's working for them. And even though Kevin Owens who just came off of this feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and on paper you're like, this guy wrestled Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then here he is feuding with Ezekiel. That's a massive step down. Like I would be bummed out, but he's making it work. So this is, for the most part, it's harmless, it's entertaining. I don't have anything to say about this other than I liked it, and I do like him coming out with the gray big old wig and then working himself afterwards too. That was good as well. Bless Ezekiel. You know what? This could have been literally a career ender, and he too is making it work.
Yeah, they're making it work. They're doing the best they can.
Nicely
They
played.
are killing it. We've got them all attacking Ezekiel afterwards. What's that?
There was somebody on Twitter that said to me that they would have liked if Ken Owens came out talking French.
Oh, that would have been good.
Right? When he said that, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. He speaks French. That would have been funny. That would have been like an extra touch.
We've got Mustafa Ali versus Ciampa. So Miz came out and he did the
Big
Sasha
swing,
Banks
couldn't get near it.
thing, but
That was funny.
Miz is the special guest ref. Yeah. I'll tell you where I had a problem with this. First off, when I see Ali versus Ciampa, I want to see a really good match. This was the smoke and mirrors stuff. They're not burying Mustafa Ali by having him lose because he should lose.
Oh,
he's
great
facing
shot.
a former NXT champion, and he's got The Miz working against him as a special guest referee. Here's where they're burying him. They are producing this match to make it seem like Ali shouldn't expect Miz to do this. Like when Miz isn't counting the 3 on time, or he's getting in the way, Ali's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? What do you expect? What would his character expect? You're making his character look stupid. That's how you're essentially burying the character or messing with the character, if you don't use that term. You're making him look inept within the context of the story. And I'll tell you what people don't like to cheer. Stupid people. At least preventively stupid people. And that is preventably stupid. And this advanced the Miz Ali storyline. But when I saw this listed on the rundown, I was like, oh, cool, this match. I was super pumped for it. And I was like, it's going to be smoke and mirrors. You have to advance the story. This is more sports entertainment than wrestling, obviously. This didn't do it for me. RH said using Ciampa as a match prop unnerved.
Exactly, because the main focus in this was The Miz as a referee. And oh my God, he's counting so slow. And oh my God, now he's counting like this. So the focus wasn't the match itself. It was Miz as a referee.
Yeah, and that's really all I can add to that is, I wish I could see the match unimpeded, but we couldn't.
I'm sure we will down the line in a rematch.
On target with that throw, despite
we got Sasha
the
Banks and
distance.
Naomi against Nikki ASH and Doudrop. I completely loathe the first week the team is together. You put them against the tag champs. Now, if you're beating them to serve a bigger story, like KE775 says, do you think we're seeing the end of Nikki's superhero going back into crazy Nikki? I think we're just seeing the end of the superhero. But I don't know about going back into crazy Nikki. The match was fine, but like,
they'll get one there.
What are you going to do to get Nikki and Doudrop back there? Because this is a new team. You should have them win some matches or something. Maybe that will start in the future. But at the very least, I wouldn't have had them against the champs immediately. Because then if they do get to the title match, well, we've seen this already.
Are they an actual team? When did this happen?
Last
Tonight?
week. Last week.
I didn't watch
when you
last
weren't here.
week.
Okay, Doudrop walked up to Nikki after she lost. And she said, you done playing around? You ready to get serious? And Nikki said, yeah, I am. And then they lost tonight.
Well, having that backstory definitely helps.
Happy birthday,
Ready to get
Doudrop.
serious? Oh, it's her birthday?
It was her birthday this weekend. She is legitimately like the sweetest human being ever. But happy birthday. Lots of women's matches and segments on the show. But I mean, the booking of it is still bad because, like I said, so say Nikki and Doudrop make
one
it to
run there,
wherever they're gonna make it to. Well, we've already seen this match. Okay, that's a bummer.
Yeah. I'm happy to see Doudrop back. It's been a while since we've seen her. What, like 2 months since we actually seen her on Raw?
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute for that. Happy to see her back.
2 runs at
and
it.
I like the finisher from Sasha Naomi. I forget what they call it, but I liked it. That was good. I like the fact that they actually gave them a win. They haven't really, I think, done enough with Sasha and Naomi as a tag team. I feel like given that they're champions, I think they can add just a little bit more to their presentation. And I would like to see that. I was happy that they got this win. To be honest, I don't care about Doudrop and Nikki being a team. I care more about Sasha and Naomi being a team because that to me is a real team. I don't see Doudrop and Nikki as a real team. I'm sorry.
We last saw Doudrop getting beaten by Bianca Belair. Get this. 8 times.
He'll get 2 for that. Great shot.
Oh, that's right. Wait, we saw that match 8 times?
Across singles and tag matches. 8 times Bianca or her team beat them. Whew. Austin Theory had a promo that I really liked as Denise yawns. She's so bored at work. Look at her.
I was hoping you didn't see.
How did I not see?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Apologies.
Austin Theory does this promo that is out in front
Needs a
of the
direct
crowd.
hit.
It's like an old 1989, 1990 promo. I loved it. From a production aspect, I really like this. There's
and
a lot
50
of
partnership reach
regarding
off
production
to a strong
that I've
start.
liked lately, Denise. Commentary, I don't know if it's instructed or whatever, but they have really turned up the energy lately. Like, they have been a lot more excitable, especially when stakes are on the line, titles are on the line. Tonight, the upper areas of the arena were lit way better. We saw that on Dynamite last week, too. The venue was lit a lot better. And with this Austin Theory promo, it was with his back to that crowd as opposed to a tight shot in the ring on him. The reason I like this from a production standpoint is WWE and Pro Wrestling has this propensity to do these crowd cuts over and over again. And to the point to where, like, I don't really give a shit what the guy in the third row is doing. I don't care. I want to see Edge's face when he's coming back after 10 years. I want to see the things that he does. I want to see AJ Styles walk through in his WWE debut. That's what I want to see. Not the person in the ring, not the person in the fifth row. And then when you do these promos like that and you can see the audience, you can kind of see what they're reacting.
Gave a few too many
I always
away
point
in
to
that
the Maven elimination of Undertaker because you could see the crowd reacting in the background without like going to their faces and them being like,
what a ball. Let's go.
And stuff like that. You didn't have
Big
to
shout for that one.
So I thought that promo was pretty good. Do you even remember the promo?
No.
I knew you didn't. So Austin Theory faced Cody Rhodes in a United States title match. I was shocked and surprised when they announced
has
this.
their
I was
first
like,
ball
oh,
to
man,
face
cool.
here.
And then I thought, shit, I just tweeted that they haven't been doing DQs this week, or the last 2 weeks. Of course they're doing one tonight. And of course they did, Denise. Seth Rollins comes out after a good match.
Good shot first up.
Attacks Cody. I kept saying that they needed to do something to
Perfection.
give Cody
What a brilliant
reason.
shot.
And I mean, I guess this is a good reason. He cost him the U.S. title. That's a solid reason. But the U.S. title hasn't held enough prestige of late to where I think that he would care that much. But he is the American Nightmare, so maybe one promo he can make me believe that he does. He can, he can say some things like, "Oh, well, Dusty held this title. My father held this title, whatever." What do you think?
I thought it was going to be a shoo-in today that we were going to be seeing a brand new U.S. champion, and I thought, I did. I thought, well, there goes Theory's little Vince McMahon relationship push. I thought, all right, they're going to give Cody the belt, which is why my initial thoughts were, man, this feels like a step down. This is what I was going to say. I thought that this was a step down in the match for Cody Rhodes because, like you said, that belt is devalued, so why would he want the belt? Nobody cares about the U.S. Championship.
I can tell you why you want the belt, legitimately.
But tell me, like, on the programming, though,
No, I can tell you on the programming why he would. Because his dad won it in 1987.
And they get a single there.
I want Cody to tell us.
I know.
Not you.
And that's the thing. He should say that. He should come out in a promo and he should say,
nothing the
my father
could have
won
done
that
better.
title at Starrcade in 1987 inside a steel cage. He should say, my brother won that in 1993. He beat some of the greats. He beat Ricky Steamboat. He beat Rick Rude. He should say that. He's like, I wanted to be that guy. And now you've got to face me inside the cage. But the DQ made me so mad. Not mad, but yeah. Volab says, you don't get it. If you give Cody the belt, he'd have to defend it on the PLEs. Baco 5 says, if they book Cody and Seth in a cell, there better be blood, Rhodes in a cage match, and blading. Name a more iconic duo. You're right. You know what? I can't remember that Dusty Rhodes Starrcade match, but he probably bled in it. Just Joe says Cody Rhodes is going to win Money in the Bank and cash it in at MSG. I don't think they'll do that unless they got TV. I don't think so. We got KE775 says they usually have two
great work in the field.
That's so Seth versus Cody, and I like the
versus Bobby Lashley.
No, they're doing the cage match next week.
To prepare them for the Hell in a Cell. Come on, Sean.
Great over there.
Didn't I say this on the show yesterday? I'm pretty sure I said this yesterday.
You're right.
Just softening
The bowler
blow.
beats the bat.
Who else is there? Oh, they could do maybe like. Do you think they'll do like a tag team?
I want Judgment Day and Bullet
never
Club
mind.
in there. I would love that. I just think they could have a killer match in there.
That would be good. That would be
Heck of a
good.
sec.
Waiting.
Asuka and Becky are back.
This is really good, precise bowling. Another
buries
dot
the
ball.
concept of championship contender matches, which I am very excited about because they're dumb and they do not make sense. But Asuka, I thought, was great here. Sometimes she's too over the top, but she's like, you went away to be a mother, but you act like a baby. But she did it in her own way.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice touch. And also, I do hate these. Like, it's so stupid to book the match that you're expecting to sell on pay-per-view. You book it on Raw. It's so stupid, Denise.
Yeah, I agreed. I loved Asuka in this. The
That
whole
one
you're
going
not a
past
mommy,
above
you're a
shoulder
baby,
height.
or
No
you act
ball
like a
called.
baby. That was really good. That made the whole thing for me. I think they had a really good little interaction there.
Well, we had the match, and Bianca's great. Of course she's great. But it goes to a DQ.
And this will be a
Nerd Guru
free
said-
hit.
And this was a matter of a couple minutes. So there was nothing that we could talk about.
That was another
Nerd
good
Guru says,
over.
"Hey,
This
would
will be growing the
DQs, but I'd
frustration
rather
of the
Bianca and
batsmen."
Asuka have a tease of a match as opposed to 10 minutes with no clean finish. Hopefully we get a triple threat inside the cell, or at least at that pay-per-view. Well, here's the thing, Nerd Guru. They could have just booked this to be a 15-minute television match because they've got $1 billion
They'll take a
TV
single.
deal. So they should be putting big matches on. Cody says, what direction does WWE do with Becky, Asuka, and Bianca? I would love to see them in Hell in a Cell, too. That would be a lot of fun. I think that would be a
That would be
blast. I like reasons for matches being in that cell, but I just think the match would own.
I thought it was funny too when Adam Pearce was basically when you had Asuka and Becky arguing about how Becky gave her handed her the title and this and that, and Adam Pearce like, that's not even relevant. We're all like, yeah it is.
Valov says the Becky goggles reminded me of the Warrior Wrestling title. Shout out to Becky for repping them. I love Warrior Wrestling. I hope I get to go to one of their shows soon. I hope I get to hit Frank the Clown with a DDT and then like not talk to him at all. I would love that.
They're having a show, I think right before Forbidden Door.
Okay. Michael Key says Cody hitting a moonsault off the cell will be one hell of a visual. I don't think he'll do it off the cell. I don't think he'll do that.
Yep.
Denise, tell the people what you got going on.
All right, Twitter, @_Denise Salcedo. My goal is to get to 100K
7
by
runs
the
added
end of
in
the
that
year. Do you
over.
think
Me
I can
too.
do it, Sean?
Yeah, I want to get down to 100K. And then I want to get down to like 10K. And then I want to get rid of my Twitter altogether.
You've been utilizing your Twitter
Doesn't
circles,
play that one
though.
well.
That's been nice.
Yeah, Finn. I was going to make a private Twitter. And then I was like, no, I think this Twitter circles works. I'll do that.
Yeah. And then youtube.com/Denise Salcedo. Check out the Smack Talk Showdown. It is the last and final video for this season.
They get back for 2.
Check it out, guys. Seriously, it's a good one. Sean has 2 competitors, and Robbie Fox and Chris Van Vliet. Will Sean be the Smack Talk Showdown champion once again? I don't know. Check it out. No spoilers the way I spoiled my last show, but this is a really fun one. And if you haven't seen
Loud appeal.
those episodes, watch them because people really enjoy it.
Guys, Sour Graps, I think it'll be live. Like, it's live right now as I look.
Great delivery to find
It's
the
live
edge.
right now on
In fact, we will want to get the strike turning
Go
over.
over there, subscribe. We got plenty of good stuff coming to you this week. Check out Jimmy Valen's
Big appeal.
Did oh, and by the way, check out
Delhi only had one review, so they must be
NordVPN.com/Fightful, the
confident they
fastest
can reverse this
VPN
call.
in the world. It can block online trackers, block malware, block pop-up ads. Denise, look at you not playing ball. How dare you?
What did I do?
There's certainly a
You can
noise
block
there.
malware. You were just
What did
looking
I
so
do?
uninterested. But you know what?
What do you want me to say?
I'm traveling a lot this summer, and I don't want my programs to get geo-blocked. So NordVPN.com/Fightful is going to help me out. I'll be able to watch what I want, when I want because of that. And not only that, how about this? A big UFC pay-per-view this past weekend, you could have got it at a big-time discount by subscribing to overseas services with NordVPN.com/Fightful and changing your virtual location with just one click. Tablet, phone, desktop, laptop, PC, router, all that good stuff. And not only that, you get a great deal. 70%
Found the
off and an
edge,
additional month
and that's
free,
out on
plus
review.
a 30-day money-back guarantee just in case you don't like it, which you will. You're gonna love it. Not only that, how about this? You can avoid price discrimination if you're traveling as much as I am this
pace
summer.
bowler is coming
It's
into
a good
the
time.
attack from the north end.
NordVPN.com/Fightful. You can even get WWE Network from Canadian subscriptions. Check it out. NordVPN.com/Fightful. We thank them so much for sponsoring this and all of our shows. Guys, until next time.
Towards the edge.
We're out.
Yeah.
Catch it. Great shot. They'll get 4.
Yep. Catch it.
The short one, but saw it early.
Yeah.
Catch it. Clears the fielder, clears everything. 6.
Yeah.
Catch it.
Perfect technique and placement.
Wait on.
They'll be happy with that over.
Going with spin now.
Yes. Catch it.
Couldn't have hit that any better.
Bola.
Good precision with the throw back from the deep.
It's hard not to get caught up in this excitement. The crowd are loving this.
Yes. Catch it.
That is textbook.
Yep. Yeah. Keepers.
He'll get 2 for that. Great shot.
Yep.
And they run 4. Great running.
Waiting.
Safely plays that along the ground.
Gave a few too many away in that over.
Change of bowler. Captain is going with the medium pacer.
Wait. Yes.
Bowler! 2 runs added.
Yep.
Keeper had to dive, but takes it safely.
Yeah.
And that's 4.
Yep. Catch it.
It's not a risky shot when you play it that well.
Yeah.
End of the over, and that was a very good one for the batting side.
Yep.
Nicely ran there, they'll get 2.
Yes, one ball. Yeah.
Couldn't have played that any better.
That's a 50 partnership. Good job.
Yep.
Good work in the field there.
Yes. Yep.
Timed that absolutely perfectly. Well played.
Some adjustments to the field. The right arm pace. Bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yes.
Perfect example of how to play that shot.
Yep.
One run there.
Yeah.
One more to the score.
Yes. Bowler.
And 2 runs added to the scoreboard.
Yep. Bowler.
2 runs off that delivery.
Yep.
Reasonably good over there.
Change of bowler. The medium pacer is coming into the attack.
Yes.
Catch it!
They'll get one there.
Wait on. Yep.
And that brings up the half century.
And that's 50 already. This has been a roaring performance. Very tidy over that one.
Plenty of wickets in hand coming in for the final over. May as well go for broke.
Yes, that's it.
Nicely played.
Wait. Yes.
The run's ticking along here into the 40s.
Yes.
What a delivery, finds the edge.
Yeah. Bowler.
Four needed off the final ball. How will the bowler handle this?
Yeah.
This team just gelled nicely. It all came together and resulted in a crushing victory.
That's all the cricket for now. Hope to have more for you soon. But for now, from Mel, James and myself, see you next time.